When I was 39 years old, I truly thought I had missed my chance at love. So I had just gone through yet another breakup. I was heartbroken and I just felt like it was too late for me. I had had too many heartbreaks. I was too old. That's how I felt. And I went to a coffee shop and I sat across from a mother holding a baby. And I felt like I am never going to have the love and family that I deeply, deeply desire. And I walked home from that coffee shop sobbing, but something really important hit me while I was walking home. And that insight is what led to me manifesting the greatest love of my life. So in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what that insight is and how you can use this insight to transform your own love life and call in the person that you most want to be with. Before I dive in, I want you to know I have a free ebook for you right here. All you have to do is type love in the comments below and I'll get you a copy of it ASAP. This goes through the 4 most important steps for you to take to manifest the greatest love of your life. Okay, so let's jump in. So as I was walking home from that coffee shop, crying, really feeling like I had missed my chance at love, missed my chance at family. It wasn't going to happen for me. There was a voice that arose inside of me, and that voice said to me, Shelly, you are the one who chooses the story of your life. It's you and only you. And it went on to basically say, if you want to have love and a family and that vision of this relationship that you have always held in your heart, you can have that. But you have to start telling the story that that is what's going to happen to you. And what I realized in that moment is that while, yes, I could tell that story often for a period of time, I would often also revert back to the other story, the story that I'm broken, or I'm not going to find love, or I can't be happy in a relationship, or I'm not going to create the family that I want, or I'm too old, or it's too late. I kept reverting to that old story. And it was really stuck as part of my identity. And so I realized that I had to get to work in a deeper way of creating that new story where not only I was telling myself that I could have this love, but I started to believe that it was true. And here is what I did to create that new story and the new belief. The first shift I made was this. I got crystal clear on the type of relationship I wanted. So what this means is I actually put in the work, and sometimes this is hard to do, especially if you haven't had this type of love before, but this is where your imagination comes in. I put in the work to really envision who my partner was, what our relationship would be like. What are the things we say to each other? What do we do together? What is our shared value system? What are we creating together? What does our future look like together? What are the things we want to do together? I went there in great detail to create an inner vision of what the relationship was like. What I don't want you to do with this step is to feel anxious and like you have to get every detail right. But what I do want you to do is really go there. Explore who is your partner? What are their characteristics? What do they talk like? What's their relationships like with their family and friends? How do they speak to you? How do they speak about you? Like, honestly, really, really go there. Who are you in this relationship? What do you feel like in the relationship? What types of things do you say to your partner? What do you hear from them? How do you feel being in this relationship? Think of any possible thing you can to conjure up an inner vision of who you are and who this person is and what the relationship is like. Take the time to go there. The second thing I did that is imperative in my mind when it comes to manifesting love is I started showing up with radical self-love to myself. What does this mean? I really took the time to like myself, to tell myself I liked myself, to look in the mirror and see my value, to start walking around with confidence, to getting ready in a way where I felt beautiful, to telling myself I have a beautiful heart. Self-love is a very important step because it starts to make you feel valuable. and you're always going to manifest more of who you are being. So this is a really important step to manifesting the love that you truly want. The third step I did was where all the traditional manifesting techniques come in. I did the scripting and the inner conversations and the guided meditations and the affirmations and all of the techniques to help my imagination go into the state of, I'm in this relationship now. I'm in this relationship now, even for just moments at a time. But I was really relentless about this. I speak about this in my course I do when I talk about manifesting my husband. I made it essentially my full-time job to use my imagination in a way where I felt him and I felt myself and I felt our relationship and I felt our marriage and I felt our future. I went there a lot, not in an obsessive way, but in a way that I could tell my inner world, my subconscious mind was being saturated. And how I knew my subconscious mind was being saturated is I really started to believe that this man and this relationship were going to come into my life. The fourth step I took was I relaxed. I relaxed into trusting. In some ways, this can be the hardest step because this is where you're really saying, okay, I believe in manifesting. I believe that life can bring me a reflection of who I'm being and what I believe is going to happen to me. So I'm going to keep doing that inner work and I'm going to let life take care of the rest. I know that is easier said than done, but for me, because my focus was on who I was being, who I was becoming, what I was telling myself was going to happen, what I was starting to believe, because my inner focus went inward, I could let life take care of the rest. And it did. My husband showed up very quickly. We got engaged in 4 months. We bought our house in 9 months. We got married a year later. We had our daughter a few months after that. And everything happened very, very quickly because I had created the inner experience of knowing it was all going to happen. I was recently talking to someone out and telling this person about my love story with my husband and us meeting and how quickly everything unfolded. And she was like, oh my gosh, whoa, that's really, really fast. And I was saying to her, you know, it didn't feel that fast. And it didn't feel that fast because I had created the inner landscape of it happening already. And this is what I want you to do too. So if you need my help on how to do that, definitely type love below. I'll give you a copy of that free ebook. And if you want to learn the one thought you can start telling yourself right away to manifest your dream relationship, definitely watch this video next. Thanks so much for being here with me. I love being here with you. I'll see you soon. Bye.